Alright guys, we're hopping right into JJK 252. We are still at Maki versus Sukuna. So yeah, let's hop right into it. The chapter begins with Kusakabe and Ino discussing that Yuta moved the coordinates of the domain barrier to a good spot. They expected Yuta's domain to crumble and had Maki ready for a surprise attack on Sukuna. So we're actually kind of starting off with a bit of a flashback, just like right before Maki did the surprise attack of last week where she stabbed Sukuna. So we're just like a second before that. Ino says it would be better to have more people inside Yuta's barrier to face Sukuna. They had initially planned to send Chozo inside too, but Kusakabe says it's too late, and if anyone tries to enter now, then Sukuna would become cautious and their surprise attack plan would fail. As Maki gets ready, Yuta's domain breaks. Kusakabe says Yuta will give them a sign to attack the moment Sukuna's relaxed the most. I find that kind of funny because Sukuna's definitely never relaxed during this battle. I know what they're trying to say, but just as intense as things were last week between Yuji and Yuta and Sukuna, there is no, Sukuna being relaxed. It's hot in this battle. Now back to the present. Yuta gets slashes, and Maki stabs Sukuna. Rika immediately takes hold of Yuta while crying, and Ui jumps in to transport Yuta somewhere to heal him. So yeah, it seems like Yuta's definitely not going down for the count. Definitely just took, a heavy shot, but there was mass speculation last week that Yuta was dead, but I know Gege loves killing people, but I didn't think that Yuta was going to get taken out right after Gojo got taken out and Higuruma, and yeah, I feel like they're at least leaving us Yuta and Yuji for a little bit longer. Maki tries to slice Sukuna in half, but Sukuna quickly evades it. Sukuna realizes that Yuta willingly destroyed his domain to send signals to his comrades. Now that kind of confuses me because it feels like Yuta almost getting cut in half is what kind of stopped his domain and then sent the signal, but I guess Yuta stopped his domain maybe right after he got slashed? Interesting. Sukuna can't heal Maki's cut as quickly as he can like other injuries. Narrator reveals that when Maki cuts a person's soul with her special katana, you can't normally heal the wound with RCT. So they do kind of go on to say in the translation, it's a little messy, that Sukuna can heal some of his soul by seeing the outline of his soul, but it's a little messy, so we'll have to wait till the full translation to really get a better understanding. Yuji tries to get back to fight Sukuna, saying, "Fushiguro, it's not over yet," but he suddenly falls down and starts coughing. Yuji has been consistently using reverse curse technique so far, even though it's only been a month since he learned it. Yuji realizes he hasn't healed himself properly. Big Bro Chozo comes to the rescue and tells Yuji to calmly use RCT to fully heal himself. Chozo says, "Circulate the blood to every corner of your body, as if you are spreading roots. Imagine completing the outline of your body with blood vessels." Honestly, I thought this part was kind of cool, because ever since I've seen people, like Gojo just healing his arm so swiftly with reverse curse technique, I was really like, how does this work? Because it looks so cool the way they reform their entire limbs. And yeah, this kind of just gives a soft insight as to how this process actually works. Sukuna tries to hold Maki's katana, which was about to stab him, but Maki uses momentum to lift Sukuna and throw him away. While Maki's field of vision is obstructed by the debris, Sukuna sneakily sends a slash, but Maki evades it. Sukuna realizes that Maki can see his technique better than other sorcerers. Sukuna says facing Maki feels like how he fought Maharaga back in Shibuya. Even though Maki's katana stabbed his heart, Sukuna is forcibly having his heart beat by using cursed energy. So this kind of makes sense because way back in the series, I was so confused how Sukuna ripped out his own heart when he was in Yuji's body, but was still perfectly fine. But I guess this kind of explains that he just used cursed energy, so... Maki says, "You're gonna continue that while fighting me?" That refers to forcibly making his heart beat. Sukuna, "As of now, I have no problems." Then we take a quick switch to Hikari versus Urume, and Hikari says it's easy to recognize Sukuna's presence. Hikari initially thought that it might be bad seeing Sukuna's OG form, but Sukuna is still getting beaten up. Hikari says Sukuna's cursed energy is starting to dry up. Hikari says, "We'll be winning." But Urume laughs at Hikari, saying he's a dumb idiot just like his cursed technique. Urume defends Sukuna by saying, "Judging by his cursed energy waves, I can tell that Sukuna-sama has no interest in his opponents." Urume says, "You people should be ashamed of yourself for not being able to show results better than Gojo. Even if we take out the after effects from the first battle, Sukuna-sama still hasn't given it his all." So that's pretty much alluding to the fact that there's still another, not like, we haven't seen Sukuna's final form, quote unquote. So that's kind of cool, hypes it up a little bit. Yeah, I feel like this was actually a pretty cool chapter. Kind of showed off Maki, took Sukuna to, like, praised him to new heights. And we got a little moment between Chozo and Yuji. So yeah, I feel like this chapter kind of, and like I said, I mean, it brought Hikari back in the mix a little bit as well. It kind of seems like that battle was like a little, I don't want to say like pointless, but it's just kind of like on the back burner, and they only brought it in to do a little exposition, which is a little funny. But regardless, it's, it's still happening, so that's cool enough that we actually got to get a glimpse of it. And alright, there is no break next week, so we'll be back with 253. Definitely like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.